Coming up on BCN today, a Medicine Hat man arrested for child porn and bestiality is out on bail. And a Blood Tribe man is dead after being run over by a bobcat. And as the city of Lethbridge recovers from 65 centimeters of snow, city officials let us in on their snow clearing efforts.
Your Canada. Your Southern Alberta. Your stories. From our studios in the heart of Lethbridge, it's BCN Today with Jeanette Roche.
Hello, and thanks for joining us. It's going to be a day of little to no campaigning for most of the federal party leaders. Instead, they're preparing for tonight's debate hosted by Quebec's TVA network and Montreal's Le Journal. This is the first of three debates that Trudeau is participating in after skipping the one hosted by Maclean's Magazine and City TV at the start of the campaign. The new poll suggests the Liberals and Conservatives will both win about 33% support nationally, with the NDP trailing but slightly ahead of the Greens. Debate organizers did not invite Green leader Elizabeth May or the People's Party Maxime Bernier to take part. They both plan to campaign in and around their home ridings today. A 26-year-old Medicine Hat man has been arrested for multiple sexual offenses involving children and animals. Cody Harrell was busted on September 26 following a search warrant at a home in Medicine Hat. He is charged with sexual assault, bestiality, and accessing and distributing child pornography. He was released on bail with the condition of not having contact with any children. Harrell will appear in court next on October 17th. A Blood Tribe man is dead after being run over by a bobcat excavator. The incident occurred Monday night around 7 p.m. on Highway 2, just south of Standoff. The operator of the machinery was taken into custody, and a charge of driving a motor vehicle while impaired is pending. Blood Tribe police continue to investigate. A review board says a mentally ill man found not criminally responsible for killing 5 young people at a Calgary house party can be eased back into the community with strict controls. But the Alberta Review Board says that Matthew DeGrood remains a potential danger and must be monitored by experts. With the approval of his doctors, he'll be able to leave the hospital in Edmonton for supervised outings, and he may also get unsupervised day passes. A trial heard that DeGrood believed the devil was talking to him back in 2014 when he killed Zachariah Rathwell, Jordan Segura, Caitlin Perez, Josh Hunter, and Lawrence Hong. The city of Lethbridge says that plows are continuing to take care of the snow, ice, and slush. Transportation Operations Manager Adam Campbell says that there needs to be a plan in place for when all of that snow melts.
So right now our water wastewater crews are gearing up. They're going around making sure catch basins are clear. They're well aware of it. We have some communications out. If you're seeing excessive ponding, we can respond to it. And yes, they are on standby, ready to go. They have additional sewer crews ready in case there's any backup in people's houses. But at this point, we think we have a firm handle on how to respond.
For us at Transit, it's just business as usual. We slow down when we're coming into stops, and we look for the puddles that may splash people and try to avoid them so we're not splashing people as we're going by.
According to Environment Canada, we did not quite set a record. The record for Lethbridge on a September day was 55 centimeters of the white stuff back in 1968. The no travel advisory for Lethbridge has been lifted, but driving conditions remain treacherous as the snow melts away. Nordbridge Senior Center is taking every precaution to ensure the safety and happiness of their clients.
Some of our members don't have a lot of social interaction through the weekend, and being shut down for an extra day really does affect them. So we don't take shutting down our center lightly. A lot of things go into thinking of it, but overall is the safety of the seniors that we're really looking forward to. We have 80 men and ladies in here taking part in this class, and if this class was canceled today, we would have heard an uproar, a lot of phone calls. But I'm happy that most of the members were able to get out to attend the class today. Some people might still be stuck at home, but that's okay. We have a majority of them taking part in the classes, staying healthy, active, and engaged.
David Ing says the senior center is operational and the facility is back to normal. A new online tool will now make financial assistance programs for low-income seniors more readily accessible. The new tool will allow seniors to scan and upload forms, banking information, and receipts. Until now, they had to fax, mail, or drop those documents off in person. Minister of Seniors and Housing Josephine Pon says this program is long overdue. The UCP government said introducing this tool will help the government's commitment to reduce red tape. And speaking of seniors, Stats Canada says that by the year 2030, senior citizens will make up 23% of our population. Issues like pharmacare, pension plans, and military support have been expressed by seniors and are at the forefront of the upcoming federal election. Ainsley O'Reilly was at the Nordbridge Senior Center where concerns were being raised to all of the local candidates.
The National Association of Federal Retirees is made up of 178,000 members, and the Lethbridge chapter hosted Friday's forum. Candidates from each party spoke about their platforms for seniors and later answered questions. Pharmacare was a popular topic. The NDP and Green Party have promised universal pharmacare plans, while the Liberals and Conservatives laid out different approaches.
Increasing that amount that is being transferred to the provinces. Unfortunately, the Liberals actually cut that amount back, and so we need to renew that funding and increase it, which again, that's our commitment, is to increase that funding by 3% each and every year.
One of the Liberal government priorities is going to be implementing the National Pharmacare Plan, looking to do this into 2021, work through the details of that plan, saving a lot of money on prescriptions for Canadians, as well as for Canada overall to reduce healthcare costs over time.
I talked to an elderly lady who told me that she had a stroke because she was in a car accident, and now her prescription medication is costing her $1,500 a month. That's $18,000 a year.
The Liberal government says they will increase old age security by 10% once Canadians turn 75 and increase the Canada Pension Plan by 25%. Conservative MP Rachel Harder shared her party's plans for making every dollar count for seniors.
Things like removing GST on home heating will go a long way for them. Taking carbon tax off, which increases the cost of food and clothing and, heating a person's home. Get that out of there.
The Christian Heritage Party claims they are the only party that is pro-life and says they are strongly advocating against euthanasia.
They feel lonely, they feel unsupported, they don't feel like they can have their pain taken care of, and we start from a place where every life is valuable.
In Alberta, it's predicted that the population of seniors will more than double by 2046. The future of elderly Canadians will be impacted at the ballot box on October 21st. For Bridge City News, I'm Ainsley O'Reilly.
Thank you, Ainsley. Alberta has dubbed October as Disability Employment Awareness Month, and this year's theme is The Right Time, Right Now. It's celebrating the essential role that people with disabilities play in Canada's economic success.
So Red Shirt Day is meant to bring awareness that that's what we're celebrating this month. And so we've brought a few people here in the office to take a picture together just to help, spread the word. Really what it's about is promoting inclusion in the workplace. There are lots of different things that are happening in the city of Lethbridge to help promote inclusion. The city itself has been working on it. They have someone who's actually specifically working on a program to bring down barriers for people with disabilities. Aside from that, there are a lot of different organizations that are providing support to people. So there's a lot of great things that are happening. It's also to celebrate the successes of people that are already in the workplace as well.
David says as organizations move to the digital environment, the required skill set of employees constantly change. While this creates opportunities, it also requires the workforce to change mindsets and adopt an outlook of continuous learning. The Lethbridge Hurricanes welcomed back Dylan Cousins recently from the Buffalo Sabres, and already he's been named the WHL Player of the Week. In just 2 games, the 18-year-old has racked up 6 points. He talked about his transition from the NHL back to the WHL.
It's a little surreal of an experience. 6 years ago, if I knew that I'd be skating out there, with Jack Eichel playing against guys like Austin Matthews and stuff, it would have been pretty crazy. I don't know if I would have believed it playing against some of the top stars in the league. But I just was taking everything day by day, learning as much as I could, and just taking it all in. I think just going out there and playing with confidence, and trying to keep that NHL pace that I've been used to the last couple of weeks. I think that's the biggest thing for me, is just coming back to the WHL and making everyone else play to my level. When I'm up there, you're playing against guys who are in their 30s, and then you come back here, you're playing against 16-year-olds. So that's definitely a big part of it, is just the strength and maturity of the players you're playing against. Those guys up there, they're old, they have kids and families and stuff, so coming back here and playing against teenagers, it's definitely easier, but you can't have that mindset. You got to go out and play like you're still playing against those NHL players.
No, he just played good. He played a good game. He came back, and I think he showed that he's put a lot of work in the summer. He's an elite player, we know that, and it was real refreshing to see him come back and have a positive attitude, and his work ethic was very high, and he just came out and basically did what he does. He's an elite player that can score offensively, and he really stepped up last weekend.
The Hurricanes are back in action at home tonight when they take on the Saskatoon Blades at 7 p.m. The nonprofit Canadian Journalism Foundation is launching a website today to fight fake news that offers tips on how you can check to see if a story is legit. The campaign is called Doubt It. The foundation felt it was a good idea after seeing a survey that only 1/3 of Canadians regularly verify if the stories they're reading, watching, or listening to are accurate. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo is confirming that he was on a phone call between President Donald Trump and Ukraine's president, but he isn't saying if he thought it was inappropriate what the two leaders spoke about. The July 25th call triggered a complaint by an intelligence community whistleblower and is at the center of the impeachment probe. Pompeo says the call was in the context of what the American policy is with respect to Ukraine.
The phone call was in the context of, now I guess I've been the Secretary of State for coming on a year and a half. I know precisely what the American policy is with respect to Ukraine. It's been remarkably consistent, and we will continue to try to drive those set of outcomes. It's what our team, including Ambassador Volker, were focused on, was taking down the threat that Russia poses there in Ukraine. It was about helping the Ukrainians to get graft out and corruption outside of their government, and to help now this new government in the Ukraine build a successful, thriving economy.
Prime Minister Boris Johnson is sending what he calls the UK's final offer off to Brussels. With the country set to leave the European Union at the end of the month, he's insisting there will be no custom check at the Northern Ireland border under the proposed deal, which has been one of the main talking points. Johnson says the proposal is a reasonable compromise. But EU leaders doubt that the UK has a workable plan to avoid checks on goods or people crossing the border between Ireland and Northern Ireland after Brexit. With the strike against General Motors in its 3rd week, workers are living on $250 per week in strike pay, while the company is losing millions and its customers are being hit by repair part shortages.
There aren't really any signs that it's going to be settled anytime soon. They've been working and bargaining, but I'm told that the major issues, wages, profit sharing, use of temporary workers, and product for the 4 plants that GM intends to close, that those are all still unsettled. And those are big, very weighty issues that are difficult to settle. So it may be a few more days. We can't tell for sure. when they go on strike, they have a big strike fund. It's about $750 million, and they start paying out of that strike fund. That $750 million is kind of a war chest that the UAW shows off to the manufacturers to show them that, hey, we can last a long time without being paid. But that said, it's hard to live on $250 when you're used to $1,200 or so, or even more than that with overtime. So it's going to be a difficult slog for the workers.
Well, it looks like that sun will be sticking around for a while, as will warmer temperatures. A complete look at the weather picture is coming up right after the break. Welcome back. Here's a look at your weather highlights for today and tomorrow in Lethbridge. Today, lots of sunshine in the forecast and a high of 6 degrees going down to -5 this evening. Tomorrow, we've got a mix of sun and cloud, but look at that, high of 14 tomorrow. We're getting into those double digits already. Up ahead to the the 5-day forecast rather. Lots of sunshine coming up Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Highs of 11 degrees, 13 degrees on Saturday, up to 19 on Sunday. And look at that on Monday, all the way up to 23 degrees. 17 on Tuesday with a mix of sun and cloud for that day. According to the almanac, the average this time of year should be around 17 degrees. The average low is 3 degrees. The record for this day was back in 1943. It was 29 degrees, and the record low was -11 in 1999. The sun rose this morning at 7:32 a.m. and it's going to set this evening at 7:09 p.m. Days getting shorter and shorter. Unfortunately, that means winter's coming, guys. According to the weather, according to the national weather forecast, we're looking at the west coast, Victoria, high of 13 degrees with cloudy skies. More clouds also in Vancouver, high of 15. Up in Edmonton, mix of sun and cloud with a high of 12. High of 8 in Calgary, also a mix of sun and cloud over there. Over on the prairie, Saskatoon, lots of sunshine, 11 degrees up there. Regina, we got a mix of sun and cloud there with down to 6 degrees. High of 7 degrees in Winnipeg and chance of showers over there. Looking over to our friends in the east, Toronto, we got a high of 17 degrees, chance of showers. Chance of showers kind of all over the place here. Ottawa, 13 degrees. Montreal, 14 degrees. Showers everywhere in that region. Over in the Maritimes, Fredericton, also showers, 14 degrees. Chance of showers also in Charlottetown, 14 degrees. Halifax, we got showers there as well, up to 18 degrees though. And over in St. John's, Newfoundland, down to 7 degrees only is the high. Also showers in that region as well. That's a look at your weather highlights. Community Calendar is next.
Here's your Bridge City News Community Calendar. Empty Arms is a self-help group for families who've experienced miscarriage, ectopic pregnancy, stillbirth, or neonatal death. Come and find support from those who understand what you're going through. This group meets the first Wednesday of every month from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. at the Family Center in the Lethbridge Center Mall. For more information, call 403-320-4232. Come for an amazing time to the McNally Community Association's Tex-Mex Fiesta fundraiser on Saturday, October 19th at the McNally Community Center. The evening begins with dinner at 7 p.m. with entertainment at 8 and a barn dance at 8:30. Music provided by the Great Canadian Barn Dance Band. Plus, a silent auction and raffle draw will be taking place at the event. Tickets are $50 per person and can be purchased at Western Stockman. For more information, visit mcnallycommunity.ca. The Galt Museum and Archives is hosting a Halloween Spooktacular on Saturday, October 26th from 1 to 4 p.m. Come for a family-friendly afternoon where you can play games, decorate a pumpkin, make a trick-or-treat bag, and other fun crafts. Plus, go on a tour of the building, hear spooky ghost stories, and enjoy free popcorn and caramel apple slices. Admission is free. For details, visit galtmuseum.com. And that's your Bridge City News Community Calendar.
Today's daily life hack goes out to all those who have trouble concentrating. Being surrounded by the color yellow helps you stay focused. Yellow decreases the production of melatonin, a hormone that makes you sleepy. That was your daily life hack. Nothing is more cuddly than a four-legged companion. BCN today visited the Lethbridge Animal Shelter and made a new friend who is ready for adoption. This is the Bridge City News' pet feature.
Hello everyone, it's Officer Sherry here at Lethbridge Animal Services. Today I am with Luch. He is a 4-year-old pug beagle cross that's been with us here for a few months. He was an avid escape artist previous to him coming to our facility, and he's now looking for his forever home. He likes cats, he likes dogs, and he's pretty much good with everybody. So if you're looking into adopting Luch, make sure to come on down to Lethbridge Animal Services and fill out an application, or check us out on Facebook at Lethbridge Animal Services.
A Colehurst woman discovered a hidden talent in the midst of battling cancer. BCN's Loris Alexander spoke with this survivor about her art therapy.
I was actually pregnant with my second child, and I went in for a prenatal exam, and he did a breast exam and found a lump, sent me in for tests, and discovered I had breast cancer.
That was 2 years ago. Mulder is now cancer-free and isn't just surviving, she's thriving. A stark contrast to what life was like when she first got the unwelcome news.
At first, we really didn't process it at all. It's really hard to, I guess, wrap your mind around that. But not good. Lots of tears. Yeah, lots of anger.
Mulder was 13 weeks pregnant when she had a miscarriage 2 days prior to her scheduled mastectomy.
I think it would have had a lot to do with the stress, but also my body probably wasn't strong enough to be able to carry a child.
But the light at the end of the tunnel brought Mulder to, let's just say, mountainous success.
I've always been kind of creative, and I really like painting. And then I was scrolling through Pinterest, and I found these mountain pictures that I thought were absolutely beautiful. And since I'm from the mountains and love wildlife and stuff, I decided I wanted to give it a go. So called my dad, asked him how hard they would be, and set me up with a few things and showed me how to do it, and off I went.
Mulder says her newfound business keeps her very busy. For more information, please visit mountainsidestudio.ca. For Bridge City News, I'm Loris Alexander.
Many Canadians have been jumping on board the Face app. It's the app designed by a Russian developer to make you look younger or older. Coming up in the second half of our show, we speak with Sharon Polsky with the Privacy and Access Council of Canada, who shares the best ways to protect yourself online. Stay with us, that's next.